It is a virtual certainty that you will fight on a battlefield for America at some point in your life. You will lead soldiers in combat. It will happen. Some of you will join the fight against radical Islamic terrorists in Afghanistan and Iraq. Some of you will join the fight on the Korean Peninsula and in the Indo-Pacific, where North Korea continues to threaten the peace and an increasingly militarized China challenges our presence in the region. Some of you will join the fight in Europe, where an aggressive Russia seeks to redraw international boundaries by force. And some of you may even be called upon to serve in this hemisphere. It is a...
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh. Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kahakut Hash. Devil honors the apostles, elders. A salutation to you, sincere Akim. Shalom. This is Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim you this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. That all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Okay? And so you see the inevitability of World War III. Because he saw the so-called white men in his American military industrial complex, they are pushing for never-ending war. Alright? And this war is going to decimate this earth. It's going to be the war to end all wars. Within this war, America is going to be destroyed, completely eradicated by thermonuclear destruction. Only by the hands of your own elite. But definitely the Most High Yahweh he's working a work, all right, to lead to this destruction. You know, it's pretty much being wrought and done by, you know, their own iniquity, their own hand. So their blood is going to be upon them, so to speak. All right, and it's going to be their own downfall that this place gets destroyed. Furthermore, it's prophetic. It's inevitable. It's evident. And we got the truth. And, you know, and we're getting ever closer to that great day of the Lord, all right? And this is one of the biggest signs. All the nations gearing up for war, okay? And that's the spirit that the Most High is pretty much bringing, all right? In fact, I'll go up a few verses, all right? And this is the determination of the Most High. And the scriptures tell you that, clear as day, that his determination is to gather the nations, all right? So here we go. This is Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land. All right? And so the Lord is the one that's decreeing this, okay? And he's pleading the cause of his people by bringing these other nations to war. So it's for our sakes. All right, it's for our sakes he's bringing these nations to fight against each other. All right, and they're trying to basically, scratch and claw to, confiscate everything in the earth, even the people, mainly the people. But they're mainly going after the resource, so they can have global dominance. All right, but the spectrum is changing as far as America being the head rulers, and first and foremost, all these different superpowers, they are part of one, secret structure. They're all part of that fraternity, that brotherhood. When you see all these different leaders, going to the G20 summits, going to the G6 summits, having the Bilderberg meetings, whatever secret council meetings that they have, so the Most High is the one that's, like the scripture said, he is stirring up jealousy like a man of war. And he's making these nations come and fight against each other for our sakes. So it's inevitable, So Salakia says, let me go to verse 9 again. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Now, how this is pretty much, symbolic for the nations putting their money more into their military rather than their resources or their agriculture, and that's very evident when you see, Trump pretty much poking prod the EU nations to put more money in military advancements or put more money into military spending. That's been a huge topic within the last few years, but people continue to ignore it. All right, but there's no absolute way you can say there won't be a World War III. All right. In fact, it's prophetic. That's what makes it, etched in stone, so to speak. All right. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. All right. And so the Lord is bringing this together. All right. And that's why he's assembling all the nations. Okay. Because ultimately, as the scripture says, why do the heathen rage? They imagine a vain thing. Okay. Because you other nations, from starting with you Edomites, you so-called white people, you Moabites, which are you so-called Chinese. All right. All these nations, even Elam, all right, which we call them East Indians, or they call themselves Persia or Persians, all right? You're Elamites, okay? And your determination is to what? To procure all the resources in the earth and have, continue to rule in the earth. But the Lord is taking his heritage away from you, which is this earth. And you're in heritage as well. You're slaves, okay? In fact, let's go ahead and get Slack. Let's go ahead and get escapes my mind. I'll bring a little bit more of this, I'll get that scripture because it escapes my mind. It says, assemble yourselves and come on ye and gather yourselves together round about the cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen awaken and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, what is the valley of Jehoshaphat? Yahweh Shaphat. Okay, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. All right, and so the Lord is going to bring these nations together and bring them to the valley of decision. All right, or Yahweh Shaphat, meaning the Most High's judgment. Okay? And see, this is a work being done that's going over everybody's head. Okay? Everybody wants to know who's going to be saved. Everybody's saying that everybody's going to be saved. But the true men of the Lord with the true doctrine, the true spirit of truth, the spirit of truth is proclaiming who we are. And we're proclaiming that the Lord is doing this for us. So there's no way they can say, so Yahweh is judged Jehoshaphat. There's no way they can say that, prophecy doesn't exist, okay? So Psalms 2, this one I forgot. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let's break their bands asunder and cast away their cords. All right? And so these heathen, these leaders of all these other nations, okay, in the world, they're superpowers right now. They're contemplating how they're going to confiscate the things in the earth and covet the things in the earth and continue to keep the people of Israel down and keep ruling over us with oppression. All right, they want us to forget who we are and forget the ancient customs of ancient Israelites and forget our foreparents and forget the Heavenly Father, the God of the universe, Yahweh. Okay, and so they imagine a vain thing, all right, which they think they're gonna rule forever. Okay, and they're gonna leave their kingdom to their children. All right, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh; the Lord shall have them in derision, and the Most High has them in derision, because the biggest trap that the Most High has set for them that they're going to rule the earth, that they're going to take our resources, continue to lead the earth in which the way they have. Well, these are different nations. They're destroying the earth. Okay, they're destroying the earth. They're destroying their own people, because what they're taking on that model of the corporatocracy is that they want to gain. They want to gain more. They want to get more profit, no matter the cost of the earth, no matter what they do to the earth. All right, to steal its riches. Okay. Psalms 83 and 1. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones." All right, which are the Lord's prophets. Those are the ones that's closest to the Most High. It says, "They have said, come and let us cut off them from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." All right, and this is evident. This is evident. We don't have no spot among these different superpowers and leaders to vouch for our own people. In fact, we're always trying to cling on to these other nations and be accepted by these other nations, and we don't have no unity. Communities are broken down. Speaking of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're in a position of peril, a position that pretty much the nation can't come back from, and they want to seal the deal as far as destroying us as a nation. All right, and that's why they, want to destroy the lines of nationality. They want to talk about, one world order and global citizenship. All right, they want to talk about being an American and continuing in this Democrat-Republican, this two-party system, which is a revive from the Roman Empire. All right, the Most High is going to destroy all of that. All right, that's why it says, "He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh." Okay, the Lord shall have them in derision, and the Lord does have you in derision. Okay, and He's bringing those armies against you because you think, because of your technology, that you're going to, be advanced. But there's going to be a lot of casualties. There's going to be a lot of casualties. All right. So Habakkuk 2 and 1. I'll start at 1. All right. But the point is in 3 and on down. All right. "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." All right, and see, that's the watchman making the prophecies plain to the people. All right, so they can prepare themselves. All right. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak," and that's what it's doing now. That's why they're gearing up for war. That's why it speaks on putting more money into the military, into military spending, creating more weapons. All right. It says, "But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it." So though it take a little while, wait for it. All right. So it says, "Because it will surely come, it will not tarry." And that time we're heading to the very time, which is the point of this lesson, that it's not going to wait. It's going to go full blown very soon, even over here in the States, even in South America. All right, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." All right, and we always have to reference the sons of the wicked, which are Esau, Edom, the so-called white men. All right, and the sons of God. Okay, because that's what this whole thing is about. It's about those that's going to be saved and those that's going to have to, take that judgment. All right, which we see is World War III. All right, which makes this more surreal than what mainstream media will portray. So it says, "But the just shall live by his faith." Okay, and that's the main thing. The just is going to live by faith in the Lord. All right, faith in the Lord is believing his will, not creating your own righteousness, not creating your own will, but according to the words of the scriptures. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he's a proud man. Wine is his philosophy. Now to keep it at home, you see. And so that's why you have military, hundreds, thousands of military bases all over the earth, okay, occupying, who enlargeth his desire as hell. And so it is as death. And that is everything the so-called white man represents. Hell and death, meaning the grave, death and destruction, okay? And cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And you see as clear as day, that's what, these so-called these so-called white people want to do. All right? Because they're not so-called Edomites, all right? That's their actual nationality. All right? And so it's pretty much oval revelation, because this is the understanding of these scriptures, man. All right? For those who are seeking the truth, or who want to understand the truth. Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red. The horse represents the power, right? Represents the power. Okay. That was red. And red represents Edomites, right? So-called Edomites. Esau came out red all over like a hairy garden. All right. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Okay. And so we know the American military industrial complex is doing nothing but taking peace from the earth, because they go after sovereign nations. They put sanctions on nations, which puts whole nations into an uproar, destabilizes whole governments, whole sovereign governments. Iraq, Afghanistan, all right? And those are the children of Ishmael, all right? Okay, which a prophecy about Ishmael is that his hand shall be against all his brethren, all right? Because they're wild men, all right? And so they're part of this war as well. They play a major key. And that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And that's the same sword that was given to Esau by Isaac, his father. That was his inheritance in the earth. And this is a spiritual marker to prove that the so-called white man is Esau Edom. Okay? And so there you see that great sword, take peace from the earth, that they would kill one another. All right? And there was given unto him a great sword. All right? Which is that sword is used to take life, and the modern day sword is the gun. All right? Plain as day. And there's no other way that you can, pretty much slice that. No pun intended. Okay, it says, let me see. Because the scriptures talk about the first woe and the second woe, all right? And that, oh yeah, I was there, all right? All right, Revelations 11:13, the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, meaning completion. All right, it's going to be a complete number. All right, 7 meaning completion. All right, and 1,000 going to represent the multitude, the millions upon millions that's going to be destroyed in this Third World War. All right, because America's going to be destroyed as well. Even Israel, the land of Israel, is going to be destroyed. All right, and it says, "And the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to the God of heaven." All right, because when these things take place, the Lord is going to simultaneously appear, and he's going to fight against the rest of the armies, the ones that didn't die in this third world war. All right, verse 14, the second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. All right, and that's the third war. The second war was World War II. All right, the third war is World War III. Okay, because these are the greatest woes or wars where people die in a massive amount. Okay, and that's how this place is gonna go. It's gonna go out by war. There's gonna be so much war. That's why it's gonna be a promise, according to Isaiah 2, Michael 4, that there will be no more war ever on this earth. Okay, because that's all the so-called white man is bringing. That's all he is about: war and tearing the earth up, and coveting, and going and killing people. You know who has pride in killing millions upon millions of people, man? Because you can, because you have a sadistic disposition where you want to see death and destruction, right? And with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makah, Kodash, Double honor to the apostle of the brothers, our great millstone. Salutations to you, Akim. Sincere, Akim, that's doing the work of truth and sincerity. Shalom.